will be here later this week. Of course, it all goes down at the Footprint Center here in Phoenix, Arizona, UFC 274, Oliveira versus Gaethje. We are on track for another sellout. It would mark the 15th straight arena sellout for the UFC. All right, we are ready to go. I would imagine John Morgan has a hot microphone. Johnny, take it away.
Start with Charles, please. Charles, you're obviously here in Justin's backyard. You're not used to getting booed. I guess, does that make the experience any different for you, or is part of you kind of like playing the bad guy?
Ei, Charles, você tá aqui na casa dele, né? Então, tu não tá acostumado a ser vaiado, geralmente. Mas isso aí te preocupa, te incomoda de algum jeito, tá vaiado na casa dele?
Isso faz parte. Eu tô pronto pro show. Eu nasci pra isso. Eu sou iluminado. Amanhã não. Sábado vocês vão ver um grande show.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. I'm used to it. I know I enjoy the journey the whole time. All I care about is the fight. I don't care what the fight is. I'm going to win the fight. I'm the champion.
And Charles, of course, your doubters say that earlier in your career they've seen you quit in fights and they believe you still have the ability to quit in fights. How do you address people that say, they worry about your resolve in fights like this?
Tem muita gente que ainda fala, né? E você que desiste. Que você desiste, que espera que você desistir, que fala. O que você acha para falar para a galera que tem um saco que você...
Vocês não viram a última luta? Vocês não viram? Eu tô pronto, eu sou iluminado. Vocês não acreditam? Então vocês vão ver de novo.
Did you guys not watch my last fight? I'm blessed. I'm made to do this. I'm born to do war. I'm chosen by God to do this. I was born in the fire. I'm not gonna quit anywhere ever.
For Justin, please. Justin, we've seen Charles's... Justin, we've seen Charles' striking improve over the years, certainly, but I guess where would you rate his striking at this point, and do you believe he's going to be willing to stand a trade with you at all?
This man's the champion for a reason. Every criticism I've ever had is a child. We were talking about a kid. He came here 20, 21, 22 years old. I wouldn't have been ready to go through what he went through, 22 to 30 years old. Now we're talking about a man with confidence, one of the best in the world, the champion right now. Can't wait to take what he has. This will be my biggest accomplishment. I will say it over and over.
And Justin, clearly we've seen you in some physical battles over the year, but I wonder if this might be one of your toughest kind of mental tests, knowing that, you make one mistake with that submission game that he has, he can change everything.
Any fight at this level is going to be mentally taxing. You have to be perfect. First one to make a mistake will end up in a bad position, and, that's why I love this sport. It takes one shot to put a dude out, one position to fall in, one submission. It doesn't matter. I'm here for war. I wish we didn't have to talk about it because, war doesn't involve talking. And here we are.
Questions for Tony here at the end.
I got an answer for it. Phoenix!
I was going to ask this later, but what is it like to be, obviously, this is a big week for the Mexican-Americans here in downtown Phoenix, you, of course, of Mexican descent. How important is it to fight here in Mexico with this reception you got today?
Oh, man, it's been a year since I've been inside that octagon. I can't wait to show up for you guys on Saturday. Put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. Let's go!
And finally, looking at Michael, there's obviously his last 3 fights, 3 totally different fights, quick finishes, and then a war against Justin. What version of Michael Chandler are you expecting on Saturday?
It's going to be a great fight. I can't really talk too much shit. I'm going to go out there and just put the pressure on him. You guys are going to be entertained. I don't really want to talk too much and embellish on too much, but it's Blades and Shades, baby.
And finally, for Michael over here, yesterday at Media Day, you kind of alluded that this could be you fighting in enemy territory here in Phoenix. So now that you are here and you see the reception that Tony's getting, what do you make of the fan receptions towards you when you walk out?
What do I make of my reception?
Yeah, of the fans.
Oh man, this is there's gonna be parity in every single city that we go to do these fights, man. Hey, you're fighting Tony Ferguson on Cinco de Mayo weekend, so I expected to have a little bit of a wall to go up against. But hey, man, I'm excited to compete. I've competed all over the country, and I'm excited to go out there and do it.
Then finally, obviously from the outside looking in, a lot of people. Can you not hear me? From the outside looking in, a lot of people will label Tony Ferguson's style of fighting as unique, unorthodox, this and that. But when you're breaking tape down, are you seeing there is a method to his madness, or is it as unique as we all?
Kamaru Usman's Imanari rolls suck. They're terrible.
Hey, that's true. Hey, that was a bad look for him, actually. Kamaru was playing around, rolling around, trying to emulate Tony. But that's what I've said since the very beginning. That's why this fight wakes me up early, and that's why this fight scares me. That's why this fight has motivated me. Tony Ferguson is a certified one-of-one talent. He's hard to prepare for. Nobody in the gym can show me that look. And I think there is a method to his madness, and his win streaks have showed it. I'm going to go out there and compete and hopefully get a finish.
This is a question for Rose. Rose, obviously this is a rematch. I'm curious, what do you think the biggest difference is in you since that first fight?
Spiritually, I'm transformed. Yeah, I'm so much more grateful and blessed in my life. My relationship with God is so much stronger. Yeah, and I just owe him everything, so that's the main difference.
Do you see a lot of difference in her, or do you think she's still similar to the same fighter that you first fought?
No, she's definitely better. I think she's got more muscles. I think she's stronger. I think she's technically a little bit better and more experienced. So I'm definitely taking her very seriously, more seriously than anybody I've ever taken.
For Carla, I'm curious, what do you think of Rose and her progression in her career since the first time you guys fought?
I think Rose has come a long way. She was, pretty early on in her career when we first fought, only had a few fights under her belt and she was still able to accomplish so much. For me, she's come so far and had a lot of wins, gotten the belt, and then lost and got it back. To me, that shows so much resiliency and so much growth in her game that 8 years later, we can still be here at the top fighting for the title.
One more for Tony. Tony, you fought the guys in the main event, and I know that you still want to get in that title picture. Is there one you'd rather fight again out of Charles and Justin?
Yeah, Charles. I'm gonna be real, and Gaethje. I'd like to fight every one of them, but I'm gonna be real, not looking forward past Chandler. This is gonna be a pretty lame conference for me because I'm really focused. I put all the time, I put all the energy in where I need it to be. And I kick myself inside that octagon this Saturday. I'm gonna go out there and do my work, man.
Hey, Tony, one more for you. Between the main card fighters, there's 99 post-fight bonuses already given out. I know last time you fought, you were able to convince Dana to raise them up. I know he's not here, but are you going to campaign for that again?
I'd say let's get some insurance for these fighters. Let's raise the tier up. You know what I mean? When they did the Reebok deal, they had tiers, so how many fights you had inside the octagon. I'd say we do the same thing, man. We all have families. We all have to support our systems. And let's do that shit, man. I don't know. Dana's not here, but insurance.
I want bigger bonuses. Bigger bonuses. For sure. And health insurance. But bigger bonuses.
Grown-ass man, I have to look forward to my family, so insurance is cool for me.
Justin, on that tip, I mean, you've been pretty much a bonus machine every single fight. You have lots of competition this time. Are you still confident you get one for this fight?
Yeah, when you're in the main event, you have a much better chance fighting a guy like Charles. He has 20 subs, I got 19 knockouts. Whoever gets the finish will get a bonus, guaranteed.
And then John Anik, just kind of within this conversation, this card obviously very deep with all these big names, people who've been around a long time. Where does this rank in the events you've called in terms of the credentials of these fighters?
I get asked a lot to put shows in a proper context. I'll just tell you, I got some butterflies back in my suitcase for this one. So as you see, a lot of star power up here, and we'll get the focus back on them. Thank you, brother.
Hello, John. This is for Charles. You're used to be the underdog and you feel comfortable with that. Now you're the favorite. That make any different kind of pressure? How do you feel with that?
Você sempre foi, não foi favorito, né? Sempre a primeira vez que agora que você é o favorito. Faz alguma diferença no jeito que você pensa?
Cara, não faz tanta diferença. Eu vim aqui para fazer um grande show, vou lutar com um grande cara, um grande nome. Vamos fazer uma guerra. O importante é sair com a vitória no final de tudo isso.
And Charles, you already fought Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson. How do you see this fight going?
What he said, it doesn't matter to him. Really doesn't matter to him if he's favored or not. He said to come here to fight. It doesn't affect the way he fights. It doesn't affect the way he sees the fight mentally. He just said he's here to win. He came here to do his job. He feels good, and he's gonna walk out the champion.
E agora eu sei que você already lutou Michael Chandler e Tony Ferguson. Como você vê essa luta?
Olha, são dois grandes nomes. Michael Chandler anda pra frente o tempo inteiro querendo procurar luta. O Tony é um cara que é bem completo. Aquele que tiver bem melhor pra luta vai vencer.
The last one for me for Carla Esparza. In 2014, you were without a doubt the best fighter in the world, Invicta champion, the first UFC champion in this division. If you have to fight the Carla Esparza from 2014, how do you see this going to play out?
What was your question? One more time, what was your question?
For Carla, I say that if she have to fight the Carla Esparza from 2014, how do you see she's going to do against her?
If I had to fight myself in 2014, I'd finish her. Like, I'd get the win, I'd knock her out, I'd finish her, everything. I feel like a completely different fighter. I've grown all these years, and I'd beat her 100%.
Good luck on Saturday.
Question for El Kukui, Tony Ferguson.
Schmo! See you, Ninja.
El Kukui, for all the adversity you face in your entire life, how would you categorize this specific moment in your UFC career?
I'm having fun now. This is actually really fun. I'm excited. Phoenix is awesome. We went over there and played basketball. So I'm excited just to go in there and do exactly how I visualize this on the drive out here. That's getting my hand raised in victory.
Question for the champ, Rose. You're someone who fought for the title, you lost. You got a second opportunity, you won. What's the biggest lesson you'd give to Justin Gaethje getting his second opportunity to fight for the belt?
Just stay in the present moment and, just believe in your preparation. I mean, I've seen his preparation, and I know that he's better than he's ever been. So I'm really excited to see him perform.
That's all I got, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Charles, você já luta no UFC faz mais de 10 anos. Eu queria saber, você nesse período todo, você pôde ver muitos campeões. Que tipo de lição você tirou dos legados deles e que você agrega para o que não fazer e o que você gostaria de que marcasse o seu legado?
Olha, você nunca pode desrespeitar ninguém. Você tem que vir aqui como se fosse a primeira vez, em busca de um sonho. Você nunca pode achar que tá bom. Nunca tá bom. Você sempre tem que querer mais, você tem que buscar mais. Respeitar, ser humilde, sabe? Respeitar o próximo. Esse é o meu legado, é isso que eu quero deixar. Eu nunca vou desrespeitar ninguém. Eu sempre vou aqui em busca de um sonho. Hoje ele tá vago. Amanhã ele é meu de novo. Esse é o time da coisa.
The question was, he's been around the sport for 11 years. He's seen a lot of champions fall, a lot of champions rise. How does he see his own career as a champion? The answer was, I don't see the belt as mine. I always see that I have to go and fight for it. I stay grounded, I work always hard. I stay humble to my family, I stay loyal to my team. I don't get let depressed and all the fame and everything else to my head at all. I pay back to my community, and my legacy wants to be remembered as a person that came from nothing, from nobody, and climbed all the way up to the top, and got all the way to the top without ever having to step in anybody to get there. That's my legacy.
Charles, mais uma, para finalizar. Loiro Pivete, de onde surgiu essa inspiração? Quantos membros da sua equipe você tem com o cabelo platinado? E quanto tempo vai durar?
Cara, isso aqui vai durar durante muitos anos, com fé em Deus. Acho que todo mundo pede, os fãs pedem, a equipe faz, e a gente chega aqui e, todo mundo fica feliz, isso é o mais importante.
Question was, what's the deal with the bleached hair? The team always come here with bleached hair. And how long is it going to last? He said it's going to last as long as he wants to. The team, is it something the team agreed on doing it, and he enjoys it? He likes the preparation, get his hair dyed, the whole team get prepared. It's part of the journey, and it makes me feel good.
This question's for Michael Chandler. Dustin Poirier said a few days ago that he will probably fight the winner between you and Tony. What do you have to say about that?
I'm focused on Saturday night, focused on getting through Tony Ferguson to see what happens next. I respect Dustin Poirier. We'll see what happens next. I don't really have anything to say about it.
And if somebody had, Michael, if somebody had to play you in a movie, who would it be?
I have no idea. Hopefully somebody who does a really good job and somebody who makes me look good. Myself.
Hello, this is China Migu. Mr. Ferguson, we know that you practice Chinese Kung Fu like Wing Chun. So how does Chinese Kung Fu benefit your career as an MMA fighter?
It helps bring me balance. More than anything, it keeps me slowing down, kind of makes me work on my technique more than anything, and the structure that brings with it. Chi Sao all the time, and just making sure it's hand-to-hand, sticky hands all day.
Thank you. And Mr. Oliveira, we can see you gain a huge muscle mass after your last fight. So can I assume you plan to finish the fight?
Ele viu que você ficou maior, tá ficando mais forte, tá crescendo. Você tá a pergunta dele é que você está planejando finalizar a luta.
Olha, eu tô igual um tanque de guerra, andando pra frente, crescendo, evoluindo. Eu quero vencer, não importa como, nocaute, finalização, eu quero vencer.
Yeah, I got bigger. I'm always evolving. I'm always growing. I'm always working hard. I'm a real grown man now, so of course I got more muscle mass. But it doesn't change the way I train. I have one objective: is to walk away with my belt as a champion.
Thank you.
Hey Rose, sometimes in rematches, the fighter that loses the first bout fights with their heart instead of their head, letting emotion drive them through some of the exchanges. As people felt Petr Yan did with Aljamain Sterling last month, what are some things you do or tell yourself to stick to the game plan and avoid letting revenge cloud your focus?
Just coming to peace and contentment with the past. You always got to be looking forward every day. You got to put your best foot forward. And then ultimately, it's just, I know so much time has passed since then. So, and really, I have no animosity towards her or anything like that. It's always a fight against myself. And if I can conquer myself and control my emotions, there's nothing that can stop me.
And Justin, while Charles holds a couple-inch reach advantage over you, he also throws a high volume of knees and elbows in close, as he showed against Poirier in his last defense. How will you look to mitigate his reach while evading his sharp Muay Thai skills?
Yeah, I got the best coach in the world, and we work on the basics every day. It's creating angles, controlling distance. That's the most important factor in a fight, is who's going to control the distance, and I have to win that battle.
Carla, it's been a long journey back to a title fight. Have you thought about what it would mean to recapture the belt?
Most definitely. For me, it would mean a lot because it really showed just, that you can stumble, you can fall along the way, but if you believe in yourself and you keep going after your goals, that you can make anything happen.
And for Rose, have you thought about the poetic nature of this scenario, that you've been through so many rematches and you'd be able to cap it off with rematching Carla?
Yeah, and talk about stumbling and falling. I've definitely had a few of those in my career. So to be right here as a defending champion, two-time champion, I think it's a testament to everything that I've done. So yeah, it would be very poetic, and yeah, I've put in the work. So I'm really looking forward to the challenge, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity because it's just truly amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Phoenix, y'all were wild. Thank y'all for coming out. We're going to get Mick Maynard up here. We're going to stare down these athletes. Couple of housekeeping items. Be sure to check out the official weigh-in tomorrow at the Arizona Federal Theater. That begins at 3 p.m. Pacific. First fight, 2:30 p.m. Pacific. Live on Saturday night. Limited tickets are still available. Thank y'all for coming out.